Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in Skyfire War. I'm going to feature my 6 war flags with commentary. If you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. Without further ado, let's get into my 6 war flags. With my first flag, we're actually going to go up against this Burton Tank team. I've got 5 heroes that will all resist insanity, so this is an ideal team for him. I've got Gestalt, Spartoi, Domiventus, Galapago, and Thalassa, who are all part of either the Defenders of Atlantis family or the Nightmares of Atlantis families that resist insanity. They've also got Gestalt, Rosalind, Grovert, and Shadowfang. Let's see how this first flag here goes. I am gonna start off with the 3 reds horizontally, I think. Yeah, let's start off with them. Then let's match these 3 greens on the right. I could match the 3 greens on the bottom, but I'm gonna match the 3 purples vertically, hoping I get either a red on the top or a green on the bottom or somewhere in the middle. We got a red, just not in the right spot. All right, let's match these 3 greens now then. Now, Burton's about to go off anyway. So let's match the 3 blues, I think, in the middle. Yeah, let's match the 3 blues in the middle. We got some more reds, very nice. We are definitely going to need to heal soon. I need to get Thalassa going. Let's match these 3 purples up top, setting off that cascade of yellows. I need to get rid of the stone skin from Burton. Not getting any blues, man. Alright, let's match this red diamond. It's going to give me both Domiventus and Gestalt, and Burton did go insane. Very nice. Now, let's use Domiventus on the right side over here. I want to get rid of this right side first. Burton's dead. Let's use Gestalt now. Alright, now I'm going to match these 3 reds, really hoping we get a blue underneath, because I really need to heal, and we did get a blue. Awesome. Alright. Now let's heal with the Thalassa. And Grovert is dead. Awesome. Rosalind's about to go off anyway. I'm going to match these 5 purples with the diamond right now. That is going to allow me to match some greens next turn. Alright, both Shadowfang and Gestalt are about to go off, which is not ideal. I am going to match the greens because I would like to get my green specials. That's going to allow me to match 4 blues next turn also. Hopefully Spartoi and Galapago are still alive. Alright, let's use Galapago first since he does extra damage to Mega Minions. And let's use Galapago now. I'm going to match these 4 blues. Pretty much just going to Ghost Tiles, I think, on the right side. I really need to heal, so let's hit this blue dragon. Let's use our green dragon now, and Thalassa. Let's ghost these greens and purples over on the right-hand side. Not quite enough to get my special, but I think these green tiles over here will be fine. And Galapagos still alive. All right, let's use him first, and then Spartoi. And then I'm going to ghost these 3 red tiles, which should give me Domi Ventus' special. Awesome. Let's use that. That's going to kill Gestalt. And this battle's going to get much easier now. I think I'm just going to let the Fiend do some attacking to Rosalind. I don't want to force the Mega Minion from her. And actually, the burn damage from Domi Ventus was enough to do it. We are 1 for 1 to start off this war. Very nice. With my second flag, I'm going to bring my favorite team of 3 Woodland Fawns and 2 Astral Dwarves against this Fergus Tank team. They've also got Glass Vivica, Grendel, Naeem, and Sable. The plan is to take out the right side first if we can. That way we can get rid of the Reviver. But usually this team works out pretty well, and I try to time the specials all together so that I can fire Ixen first, and then Tamlin, and then Bard, and then Peregrine to clean up any messes. All right, we are going to start off with a green diamond right off the bat. I am certainly going to take that. And I've mentioned it before, but with this team, I really try to force as many tiles up against Fergus as possible because I want him to go off because he actually gives mana to the Astral Dwarves and Woodland Fawns. I'm going to hit this green diamond right now. That way I can get my green specials. And Bramble is going to help speed up everybody as well with that 25% mana, I believe it is, that he gives everybody after 3 turns. So let's use Bramble right now. I'm actually going to hold off on using Peregrine. Let's match these 3 blues up the middle up against Fergus. That's going to set him off. And we got some mana for our other heroes. Now, let's match the 3 reds, actually. It's going to set off that little cascade of purples up against Fergus. Now, I'm going to match the 4 blues on the left with the purples on the right because I need more mana for Ixen. And after I match these, I can match the 3 blues, which will give me all of my specials. And getting Ixen to go off first is really the key. And actually, just kidding, that was enough to give me Ixen and Vard and everybody else because of the mana that Bramble gave everybody. So, let's first use Ixen. She makes it so everybody gets 50% extra damage, along with an extra 10% for every minion and mega minion. So everybody has 70% extra damage, I believe, right now. Let's take a look here. The didn't affect Fergus, probably because of some sort of passive that he has. But actually, it's not affecting Naeem either. Did it not affect anybody? Looks like it didn't. They must have had some sort of passive or special skill reduction from somebody. But anyway, let's use Tamlin now and then Bard. And this is definitely going to kill a couple heroes. Perfect. Now let's use Peregrine on the right. And they're dead. Awesome. Now let's ghost these green tiles over here. Got my green dragon, and we can also use a Bramble. But this battle should be over momentarily. I'm just going to ghost tiles so that Vivica cannot continue to heal. Or we could get some cascades against her and give her some mana. Awesome. Alright, we've got pretty much everybody now. Let's use our specials and end this battle. And we are now 2 for 2 this war. And I've remembered to use a dragon both wars. With my third flag, I'm bringing 4 Garrison Guards and Grendel from the Beaolf family against this Fergus Tank team. They've also got Glass Vivica, Costume Anubis, Regin, and Costume Mayat. All 5 of these heroes will be able to resist the instant mana reduction, but not the negative mana ailment. But I do have Rosalind and Kolya, whose Mega Minions have that safely cleansing the latest cleansable status ailment. So feeling pretty good against this matchup. And we've got a yellow diamond to start right off the bat. I am indeed going to start off with that and the 4 blues. Very nice. Now, I only need 3 more yellows to be able to get my specials. And I don't think I can match 3 yellows without making a new yellow diamond, which I guess I will do. All right. At least we got a new yellow diamond and some tile dumping. And we're actually going to get a green diamond to match as well this next turn. Very nice. Okay. I am going to focus on the 3 on the left here because Regin still has that counterattack ether power. And I don't feel like getting extra damage from that. And we're going to use our yellow dragon, of course, as well. Now, let's match this green diamond. Gonna set off that cascade of blue tiles as well. Now, I only need a couple tiles for Grendel. I need quite a few for Kolya. Do I want to hit the green diamond right now, or do I want to save it? I think I want to hit it right now. Especially with the negative mana ailment that Kolya has, it's probably going to be quite a few turns before he gets enough mana to be able to get his special. Although, I guess I had Rosalind's Mega Minion that safely cleanses, but either way, that's fine. Alright, let's first use Fergus to reduce the mana of everybody. It's going to work against everybody but Fergus. And except Vivica because of her superior master class cleric talent. So let's hit the 3 on the left here with Grendel, and then let's use Kolya. That should kill Anubis and Fergus at least. Very nice. Now, I would like 1 more yellow tile so I can get Rosalind and Shimmer Scale specials. Let's match these 3 blues over here so I can match some yellows next turn. Now, Regin is dead. Awesome. And we're about to kill Mayat. Very nice. And Vivica is going to be dead from these Mega Minion hits in a moment. And she's dead from the bleed damage. Even better, we are now 3 for 3 this war. With my 4th flag, we're going to go up against this Bernadet tank team. They've also got Kolya, Fergus, Sludges, and Violet Potts. I've got Oni Wakamaru with the Undispellable Taunt, Lord Loki to copy a Bernadet special, Guardian Gazelle who will cast a Dancing on everybody but herself, Medea for the Shifting Miles attack, and Dia-chan as another healer. Let's see how this 4th flag here goes, but we've got 3 different colors of counters for Bernadet. Alright, so I need 5 tiles for Oni Wakamaru, 7 for Medea, or 9 for Guardian Gazelle. Yellows are what I have the most of here. But I think I'm going to start off with these 3 blues on the right, because that's also going to match the yellows right away. Give me some more yellows on the bottom. All right. We might be able to make this work. Actually, we are going to be able to. Let's match these 3 reds right now. And then I can match these 3 yellows. And then the 3 yellows up top. We have a purple diamond that I can match, which is very tempting to take. But this is Bernadet we're talking about, so I cannot do that. Let's make the safe play and match these 3 yellows. Now, the dancing that she casts lasts for 4 turns, so we're going to be fine if we cast that right now. Now, let's match those 3 blues so I can get Oni Wakamaru, and I only need 1 more set of 3 blues for Lord Loki. I'm going to hold on to Oni Wakamaru since obviously I've got the dancing effect. It's not going to work anyway. Let's force these tiles up against Bernadet and Sludges. It's going to do quite a bit of tile dumping here. Of course, we have Lord Loki. That's not going to work, although Sludges is dead, so it is going to work because of that cascading. That was awesome. All right. Now, let's copy Bernadette's special. Or do I want to wait? No, I don't want to wait. Because Kolya is about to go off, and so is Violet Potts. They both have one of those Mega Minions that safely cleanses. So let's use Lord Loki to copy Bernadette's special. And it turned everybody into paintings, including Fergus, who sometimes resists it because of his monk class. Now, let's match these 3 blues up against Bernadette. And she's going to be dead very shortly. In fact, let's kill her right now with the blue tiles. Let's use our blue dragon first, though. Do a little bit of healing. Now let's use those blue tiles up against Bernadette. She's dead. Awesome. We don't have to deal with her anymore. Now I am going to use Oni Wakamaru primarily for the healing for himself, but also for the taunt for any specials that are going to come his way. And the counterattack he gives, perfect. Now, do I want to copy Fergus's Mega Minion or Kolya? I think I'm going to copy Kolya's Mega Minion because both of them are going to resist the instant mana reduction that happens anyway, and at least the Mega Minion from Kolya will safely cleanse at the end of each turn. And I don't think I've healed once this whole battle. Actually, yes, we did heal with Guardian Gazelle early on, but not with Dia-chan. Alright, now we are going to be able to heal with Dia-chan, though. So let's heal with her. And then how many turns does Gazelle have the paintings for left? 1 more turn. So let's wait for that to use her special. Let's match these 3 blues in the bottom right. And I am going to hit Violet Potts with the Shifting Miles attack because I don't want her Mega Minion cleansing the Shifting Miles attack that hits somebody else. Now, let's also heal with Gazelle. I should have used Gazelle first because it would have been higher damage, but that's okay. Now, I am going to match these 4 yellows here. We're looking in good shape, but I don't want to make any silly mistakes. Let's match these 3 purple tiles here. And these 4 blues. We've got Lord Loki's special again. Let's copy Kolya again since it does damage to everybody. I'm going to use my dragon to do a little bit of healing. And let's match these yellows and purples. That's going to give me my purple specials, at least for Dia-chan, not quite for Medea. Should have used Oni Wakamaru beforehand, but that's okay. Violet Potts is dead. Awesome. Let's use Gazelle, and I'm gonna hit these green dragons over here. We should be able to kill these pretty quickly. Let's use Gazelle first, and then copy Kolya special again. And I'm going to have Medea special, which should be able to end this battle. Awesome. Very happy with how that battle went. We are now 4 for 4 this war. With my 5th flag, we're going to go up against another Bernadet tank team. They've also got Ceres, Song Jiang, Duelfiller, and then also Ruan Zhaoqi. I've got 2 different colors of counters with Kushanku with the mindless attack and 5 tiles, Medea with the shifting mindless attack and 7, Sludges with the dancing. Then I've also got Toon Richard, who will have a 75% chance to resist the paintings and does extra damage to red. And then I've got Dia-chan as another healer. Let's see how this 5th flag here goes. All right, so 5 tiles for Kushanku, 7 for Medea. I'm going to start off with the 3 yellow tiles on the very bottom right, hoping I get a yellow tile in one of the 2 spots under the other yellows, and we did not. All right, let's match the 3 purples. No, actually, let's match the 3 reds horizontally. That way I can match the yellows next turn. It's also very important for me to get Kushanku to activate before Duelfiller does, because she makes it so that no ailments can be cast on anybody. Alright, I am gonna match the yellows this way, I think, on the right. No, I'm going to stay away from Duelfiller. Let's match them over here. Nice cascading. Don't set off Bernardet, thank you. I would have been so annoyed if that set off Bernardet. Okay, now we also can match these 3 purples back to back, which is going to give me both of my purple specials. So let's heal with Dia-chan. I'm going to hold on to Medea for a moment and match these 4 yellows, which is also going to give me Sludges. I am thinking I'm going to want to hit Song Jiang with Medea, because they are a paladin class, so we'll definitely work on them now that the ailment, immunity, ether power is gone. So let's hit Song Jiang with Medea. I'm going to hold off on to Sludges for a moment. Let's use these 3 blue tiles on Song Jiang. Bernardet is dead. Very good. Now, let's try to use Kushanku on Duelfiller. I'm going to use the dragon first. Now let's try to use Kushanku on Duelfiller. They may block it with their cleric class. And they did not. Awesome. That worked out great. Okay. Now, I am going to match these 3 reds up top, because that's going to set off a little cascade of reds. The 2 flanks are about to go off anyway, so I may as well throw tiles up against them. I am, however, going to use Sludges, I think. No, I'm going to wait 1 turn to use Sludges. Alright, now let's use Sludges. And we can get rid of the Molten Core or whatever got cast on me also. Now let's cast these, or rather match these 4 yellows. That's going to give me Kushanku again. Now, the hero over here on the right is a monk class. Ceres is a sorcerer class. So I'm going to have a better chance of it making any kind of impact on Ceres. So let's use Kushanku on Ceres. Although I think I might wait 1 turn. No, I'm gonna hit him now. Then I'm gonna match these 3 reds so that I can match the 4 purples next turn. Perfect. Actually, we got another purple, so I can match a purple diamond. Awesome. If Song Jiang shifts that over to the hero on the right, that would be awesome. They cast it back on themselves. All right. And Song Jiang is dead. Let's heal with Dia Chan and cast the shifting mindless attack over on Dueler. See if it works on them. It did not work that time, but that's okay. Let's hit the purple diamond so I can get my purple specials back. Let's try to hit Dueler again. And it did work that time. And the other War of Three Kingdoms hero is dead as well. And this battle is just about over. Let's kill Dueler with Richard and then Kushanku against Ceres. Awesome. That battle went very smooth. Very happy with how that went. I don't feel like they got any specials off other than the hero all the way to the right going off once. And that was a pretty long battle, so we definitely were able to control the mana extremely well in that battle. Very happy with how it went. We are now 5 for 5 on to our last battle. With my last flag, I'm going to bring one of my favorite teams that I just started using. I've got 4 reds and a blue against this Bernadet tank team. They've also got Astrid, Song Jiang, Rohan Zhaoqi, and Sable. I've got Damon, who will activate in just 6 tiles, who makes it so that an enemy cannot cast any status effects for 3 turns. Obviously, that's going to be used against Bernadet. I've got Revna, who casts Reflecting of Ailments, and Yukonin, who makes it so that he and his nearby allies cannot have their buffs dispelled for 3 turns. So between that and then the fact that Magni and Marjana have a 75% chance to not have their buffs dispelled because of their Tune passive, it makes it so that the Reflecting of Ailments does not get removed for definitely 3 out of the 5 heroes that I have, but more than likely all 5. And if Bernadet goes off, she's not going to be able to dispel it, which means the paintings get reflected back. It works out pretty well if I can get that to work. Let's see how this last flag here goes. All right, so we need 6 red tiles to get Damon activated. He's kind of the setup for all of this to happen. So I am going to start off with the 3 yellows vertically so that I can match 4 reds the next turn. Or, even better, I've got a bunch of red tiles now. Now, I don't want to set off too many tiles to give Bernardet more mana. So I think what I want to do first is just match these 3 reds all the way on the right. And then match these 4 reds up against her this way. Don't give me a yellow there. Perfect. Okay. And we actually may even be able to kill Bernardet before anything happens. I almost don't want to kill her, though, because I want the paintings reflected. All right. Well, I don't think I have too much of a choice at this point. Let's use Damon on her and see what happens, but this is probably going to kill her. And it did. All right. Now let's use Marjana on Astrid. I definitely want to take out the Revivers next. Let's match these 3 red tiles over on the left. That'll give me Yukonin and Revna. So at least I can reflect the silence from Song Jiang. So let's use Revna and Yukonin. Now I need to do a little bit of tile dumping, I think. I could match the 3 blues, but that's not going to give me Magni's special. I'm going to match the 3 yellows horizontally so that the greens go off. That's going to set off Song Jiang. And we got a cascade of reds. Very nice. And some more reds. Awesome. And the silence did get reflected, except it didn't hit anybody. I'm guessing Rohan Zhaoqi dodged it, and then Song Jiang having the ailment immunity ether power, probably. All right, let's use our red dragon first here. And then I am going to use Marjana on Astrid. She's dead. Now, I'm going to use Damon on Sable. I believe that makes it so that Sable cannot cast the Ghost Form and the full removal, because the cleansing is the very last part of her special. I don't think I've ever tested that before, but we are gonna find out right now, I think. Or do I want to use that on Rohan Zalki? No, he's got the dodge, so he could potentially even dodge the Dispelling, so I am going to use this on Sable to see if we can make that work on her. Alright, now, I don't have a ton of options. I'm going to match the purples all the way on the left. Alright, Rohan Zalki is going to go off right now anyway, so let's match these purple tiles up against him. He did get some cascading, very nice, and he's dead. That worked out great. And it did work on her to get rid of that ailment. It must be the full removal part of it where that can still get cast, but that's okay. I am going to be in okay shape because even if Bernadet gets revived, I've got Yukonin and Revna right now, so we're going to be all right. What I am going to do is match these green tiles all the way on the left. Holding off on using Yukonin and Revna for when the reviving happens from Sable. So I'm going to wait another turn because they are still in the ghost form for 2 more turns. Let's match these 3 blues up against Song Jiang, or if he goes off, I don't want to be silent, so maybe we should use this now, yeah. Let's use these now. Match these blue tiles up against him. Now we've got Magni. We may as well use that on Song Jiang. And ghost these 3 red tiles. And Rohan Zalki got revived. And that got reflected back to him for the silence. That worked out great. Let's kill Sable before she does any damage to me and revive somebody else. Now let's match these greens so I can match the reds next turn. Let's match these 3 reds now. It's going to give me Revna and Yukonin and my red dragon. Perfect. Now, let's match the 3 blues up against Song Jiang. I want his special to go off before the reflect wears off. Awesome. Silence is back on. Let's match these 3 blues up against Rohan Zalki. See if we can kill him. Not quite, but the red tiles should do it. And then I'm going to use Magni against Song Jiang. And we should be able to end this battle right now. Awesome. We ended up going 6 for 6 this war, 3 for 3 against Bernadet tanks, 2 for 2 against Fergus tanks, and then I went up against a Burton Tank team. He was somebody that I needed to help flip the board with for my alliance. So definitely very happy with how this war went for me. Right now we've got 5,087 points with 42 flags left. They've got 5532 with 20 flags left. So we have 22 flags to make up about 450 points. Feeling pretty confident that we are going to be able to do that. Let me know how your Skyfire war went this time around, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you sub to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.